The National House of Traditional and cohesion Leaders is currently hosting their second day of the Traditional Leaders Imbizo in Boksburg. Today, we're anticipating to hear from a number of political parties from both inside and out of the GNU. I think Action SA's Herman Mashaba is still on the podium. Let's listen in.
The private sector, for them to understand the private sector is there to make money, but in the process of making money, we need them to really have social justice. Let's give them special incentives to reopen those factories in Babelehi, in Kwandebele, everywhere else. Because the private sector to move from currently where they are to go and open the factory in Babelehi is not a child's play. So, and business is driven by profits. If we ignore that, I'm a living example. I went into business not to create jobs. I went into business at the age of 22 to make money for myself and my family. I'm an unapologetic capitalist. If we want Herman Mashaba to be happy, put him in an environment where he makes money. And the beauty of allowing Herman Mashaba to make money and enjoy his life, I have to employ other people because I'm not complete as a human being. And I'm proud my business is over 40 years. January this year celebrated 40 years of Black Lives Me. Where if I look at my family's investment portfolio, we employ thousands of people. So you wanted to know if I'm still in business. My wife, I've passed that baton to my wife and my daughter. I'm full-time in politics to play a role in ensuring that I can use my privileged position to ensure that we can create a better South Africa for future generations. But one thing that I know, it is not going to happen for as long as we ignore the role of our traditional leaders. That needs to really be formalized. Do I have the answers? Absolutely not. And I've shared with many of you as traditional leaders in the past that I don't have the answers, but I know something is not right. Where you have some of your councillors in your communities are known criminals, shebeen owners and so forth. These are the people who are ward councillors. Yes, they were democratically elected. But then what happens to your role as a traditional leader? So I think that's something that we will really need some engagement on how we can ensure that anyone who's a councillor, they must really have a constitutional obligation to report to the chief or the king or the queen or whoever. It cannot really be that we have a political leader democratically elected, but we ignore the role of traditional leaders. I think for me, as a South African and as a black one for that matter, I cannot see how we're going to really make it. And I don't come from a traditional or leadership home, but I respect the role I've lived and experienced, the role that traditional leaders can play in actually substituting and working in collaboration with politically elected democratically leaders. So I think I don't really have the answers myself, and I see I've run out of time. I just want to, in closing, to respond to Hosi Pasha. Hosi Pasha, I take it that this gathering must deal with serious matters. We're not here to play. So let us deal with serious matters that are going to impact our communities and leave issues of play somewhere else, but not to be used in a house like this. Because if we're going to deal with issues of personal matters, issues of insignificance, then the 2 or 3 days we're going to spend here are not going to be fruitful for our communities. Thank you very much.